Welcome to the part 2, aldehydes and ketones and carboxylic acids, part 2 video. In this video we will discuss about the structure of carbonyl group and the preparation of aldehydes and ketones, some name reactions. That is mostly the name reactions we will discuss. First let us see the structure of carbonyl group. In the carbonyl group, the carbon in the carbonyl group, its hybridization state is already we know that it is the sp2 hybridized state carbonyl. So that is the most important, sp2 hybridized carbonyl. In this one, so how many bonds are there? This carbonyl group of carbon is having the 3 sigma bonds and 1 pi bond with oxygen. That is, with oxygen 1 pi bond is there. If you come to the structure, so in this one, how it will be done? The 3 are the sigma bonds of the carbonyl carbonatum, and all these 3 bonds are lying on the same plane, just like here carbon, oxygen, carbon, 1 oxygen bond, and another 2 carbon or carbon and hydrogen bonds. All these 3 are on the lying on the same plane, but this pi bonds will be there on the above and below of the plane. So like this, so these are the pi bonds, pi bond, and this is the sigma bond. So pi bonds cloud will be there above and below the plane surface, above and below the it will be there. So this is the structure of a carbonyl group. If you come to the polarity and all, then what is this? In the carbon oxygen, that is carbonyl bonds between the carbon and oxygen, this is the high polarity they will show. Why they will show the polarity? Oxygen is already we know that more electronegative than the carbon. So that's why they will show the bonds will show the polarity. The bond between the carbon and oxygen will show the polarity. So same. So polarity means already we know that oxygen will show the negative polarity and this one shows the carbocation will be formed. And similarly, actually this is the bonds will be there. So these are the 2 important structures that will be the resonance structures we can say of this carbonyl carbon bonds. So that is, they will show the more polarity carbocation. That means it is the Lewis acid. It will act like a Lewis acid, electrophile, and this will be acting like a nucleophile. So that is a Lewis base. So like this, the structure will help in the chemical reactions. So this is the most important. This is the resonance structures of the carbonyl carbon bonds, carbonyl group bonds. So that is the most important. Now let us see the preparation of aldehydes and ketones. So this is the structure about this one. In the structure 2 parts are there. One part will discuss the hybridization and number of bonds, and in the second part they will show the polarity. Electrolyte, that is Lewis acid or Lewis base, which is acting like an electrophile, which is acting like a nucleophile. Carbocation will act like an electrophile and Lewis acid, and this will be acting like a Lewis base. So this is the most important part in the carbonyl compounds. Now we will see the preparation of aldehydes and ketones. Already, I think in the previous lesson we had the discussion. Okay, some points are there. Those points we will see. So in the preparation of aldehydes and ketones, general methods are 3 methods. That is oxidation of alcohols. First method is oxidation of alcohols. Already we know that, okay, oxidation of primary alcohol will give the corresponding aldehyde. Secondary alcohols will give the ketones. And the second one, dehydrogenation of alcohols. Dehydrogenation, removal of hydrogenation, okay, from alcohol. And the third one, from alkenes and alkynes. Alkenes and alkynes means we can say that they are the hydrocarbons, from hydrocarbons. So these are the 3 methods are there. Let us see. That is, these are the general methods. Of course, another methods are also there. They are the name reactions, Etoard reaction, Rosenmund reaction, everything are there. So let us have the first the preparation of aldehydes and ketones from alcohol, oxidation of alcohol. That means any alcohol CH3, CH2OH, ethanol. Already in the presence of a strong oxidizing agent, first it will give the aldehyde, then further oxidation CH3, CHOH, CHO. So that is three components are there, CH2, CHO. So that is ethanol, two are there, so that is ethanol will give the ethanol aldehyde. Further oxidation, it will give the acid, ethanoic acid or acetic acid. So, but this will be controlled up to here only. So, KMnO4 is the oxidizing agent. So, oxidation of primary alcohols will give the aldehyde. If you take the secondary alcohols, or okay, CHO or COH. So, this is the secondary alcohol. That means two carbon atoms. So then what will happen? Oxidation of this one, it will give the corresponding ketone. Secondary alcohol's oxidation will give the ketone. So this is the most important conversions. Primary alcohols will give the aldehydes, secondary alcohols will give the ketones, oxidation of alcohols. So this method generally they will use. In the second method, that means from dehydrogenation of alcohols. When dehydrogenation is taken place, in the place of that is the vapors of these alcohols will be passed over the metals like copper or silver. The vapors of these things, they will give the corresponding alcohols. That is dehydrogenation will be taken place. This is not. Dehydrogenation will be taken place, hydrogen will be removed and to dehydrogenation. That means two molecules of hydrogen, if you observe this one, OH. Okay, alcohol will be there and the double bond will be formed and you will get the ethanol. Ethanol alcohol, dehydrogenation of ethanol alcohol will use the ethanol. In the presence of the vapors should be sent pass on through the copper or silver. That is the most active catalyst. So that is done. Primary alcohols also will use the primary aldehydes and ketones will be there and preparation of ketones. And but third one is the most important. From hydrocarbons, that means first one, ozonolysis. Already 11th class we might have learned. Ozonolysis of alkenes. So plus O3. Ozonolysis of alkenes. First what will happen? An intermediate compound will be formed that is called the ozonide. Okay, that is called the ozonide. So this is the formation of ozonide. Ozonide will be formed and again this is having the touching this one. Then further hydrolysis. Suppose if it is taken the ethene, you will get the ethene ozonide. Ethane ozonide. Further one, what will happen? A bond will be broken down and you will get one compound is this, another compound is this. That is C double bond O, one compound plus C double bond O, another compound. That means carbonyl compounds you will get it. But this is the ketones. This is also a ketone. So both ketones will be formed. Okay, so this is the most important. Or OH and H will be added and afterwards post both you will get the ketones. So ozonolysis of alkenes and alkynes will give the corresponding that is two products of aldehydes or ketones they will give mostly. Okay, so this is the third process. So three processes are there. General methods. What is the oxidation of alcohol? Dehydrogenation of alcohols from alkenes, that is alkenes and alkynes. Alkenes and alkynes, that is hydrocarbons also we can prepare the aldehydes and ketones. Next we will see the name reactions, some of the name reactions. Now let us see some name reactions, that is the preparation of aldehydes. In this one some name reactions are there. Preparation of all aldehydes, that is alkyl halides, aldehydes and aryl aldehydes, both we can prepare. So in this one, name reactions, first one is the Rosenmund reaction. So Rosenmund reaction. In this one, or it is also called the acyl halides. Acyl halides reduction will be taken place. Acyl halides means, that means acid halides. That means in the benzoic acid, okay, COOH. In the benzoic acid, if in the place of OH group, if a chlorine group is there, benzoyl chloride. What is the name is given? In the place of benzoic chloride, benzoyl chloride. This is called the acid chloride. That means reduction of acid chloride. Reduction means what can be done? Cl will be removed. Okay, reduction. And that means hydrogenation in the place of, this is the most important, palladium barium sulfate as the catalyst in the presence of, that means barium sulfate layer is on palladium metal. So if you take it in the presence of this one, if you do the hydrogenation, it will give the directly the aldehyde where which is called the benzaldehyde. So this reaction we are calling it as the Rosenmund reaction. So this is the important name reaction. In this year they have given this reaction for 2 marks. Okay, that means acyl halides are converted into corresponding aldehydes. That means generally benzoyl chloride, that means remember this is the aromatic acyl halide, are converted into the aromatic aldehyde. So this is the first name reaction. This name reaction, Rosenmund reaction, means it is in the preparation of aldehydes. You should know it immediately. So this is about the first name reaction. In this reaction, we can prepare the benzaldehyde from the benzoyl chloride. In the presence of palladium and barium sulfate, that is the most important. So this is the first name reaction. Let us see the second name reaction. That is nothing but the Stephen reaction. Stephen reaction, that is the nitrile groups. The nitrile groups means the compounds which contains the carbon and nitrogen. These are called the nitrile compounds. If the nitrile compounds are treated in the presence of stannous chloride and hydrochloric acid mixture, stannous chloride and hydrochloric acid mixture, if it is treated this with nitriles, first it will give us an intermediate compounds. They are called the imines. They are called the imines. Imines are nothing but are here hydrogen, that is reduced, that is C triple bond N is reduced to RCH. That means one hydrogen is attached, this bond will be broken down, double bond will be there, one more hydrogen will be added to this one. So these compounds, intermediate compounds will be formed, these are called the imines. That means in the presence of stannous chloride and hydrochloric acids, nitrates if they are treated, it will give us the compound with intermediate compound, that is called the imines. Further hydrolysis of this imines will give us corresponding aldehyde, RCHO. Corresponding aldehyde will be given. So this reaction we will call it as a Stephen reaction. I think you can understand the difference between the Rosenmund and the Stephen reaction. In the Rosenmund, the aromatic aldehydes are prepared. In the Stephen reaction, alkyl groups, halides are prepared. So that is the difference between these two. So this is the Stephen reaction. But the same reaction can be carried in the presence of, instead of stannous chloride and hydrochloric acid, we can give, that is reduction, by we will use a strong reducing agent. That is nothing but DIBALH hydride. What is this DIBALH hydride? That is diisobutyl aluminum hydride. So this will be used as the catalyst, and they will give the imine. Further hydrolysis, they will give the aldehyde. That means in the place of stannous chloride and hydrochloric acid mixture, we can take this also as the reducing agent. So this is a Stephen reaction. This is called the Stephen reaction. In the Stephen reaction, the reagents are stannous chloride and hydrochloric acid. That is, remember. So this is the general reduction process and followed by the hydrolysis. So So this is also can be prepared. And one more method is also there in this one. That means Stephen reaction can be carried from the nitrile compounds. But the same aldehydes can be prepared from the esters also, ester groups. Same, take ester and in the place of this one and water hydrolysis, they will give the aldehydes, corresponding aldehydes. Esters. So esters means, that means CH3, C double bond O, C2H5. This is the ester. And again, that is in the presence of DIBALH and water hydrolysis, they will give the corresponding, again, imines and corresponding aldehyde they will give along with some alcohol. So here CH3 C double bond O, that is CH3 CHO, aldehyde will be formed, and C2H5 OH, alcohol also is formed. So that means Stephen reaction means in the presence of stannous chloride and HCl mixtures, nitriles will give the aldehydes. And again, but in the place of this one, DIBALH and hydrolysis also will give the aldehydes. In the presence of these two, an ester also will give an aldehyde and an alcohol. So these are the important reactions that are preparation of aldehydes. So next, remember, Rosenmund reaction over, Stephen reaction is over. So next reaction is the Itard reaction. So remember the names because these are the most important. Itard reaction. So this is also another name reaction. That means first we learned the Rosenmund reaction, second we learned the Stephen reaction, and now we are going to learn about the Itard reaction. So generally what we learned earlier, any benzyl groups compounds, that is toluene or any other, okay, oxidation, they will give the aldehyde. Further oxidation, automatically they will give the corresponding acid. That means if it is a strong oxidizing agents, if you use it, they will give directly the corresponding acids. So that is the most important. But this reaction, that is formation of acids, will be controlled by using instead of the this oxidizing agent, some other oxidizing agents we can use it, and we can restrict the reaction in the formation of up to aldehyde. So that was made from the Itard. So that's why this reaction we are calling it as the Itard reaction. In this Itard reaction, what is to be done? That means benzene or benzene derivatives. Example, benzene derivative CH3. This is called the toluene. Toulene. Toluene. But in the place of potassium permanganate, if you use the chromic chloride, is the reagent. CrO2Cl2, chromic chloride. If you use this reagent, what will happen? A compound, that is in the presence of carbon disulfide, an intermediate compound will be formed. What is that? CH2, CH only, and again OCr, OH, Cl2 twice, two molecules. So this is an intermediate compound will be formed. This intermediate compound is called the chromium complex will be formed. Chromium complex of toluene. Chromium complex, an intermediate compound will be formed. Further, what you have to do now to get the benzaldehyde, CHO, here only O should be there. Entire things should be removed. That means nothing but we will use the acidic H3O plus. That means in an acid presence, hydrolysis, if you do it, then it will be converted into the benzaldehyde. So this is called the Itard reaction. In the Itard reaction, what will happen? Controlling the by an oxidizing agent, that is controlling the chromium complex, further hydrolysis will give the aldehyde only, but it will not give the acid, because since the chromium complex, what it will do, it will further do not react. That means once it is formed as the aldehyde, so it cannot be reacted. So that's why this reaction we can call it as Itard reaction. That means by using the chromium chloride, chromic chloride or chromium oxychloride, we can use it. So remember, Itard reaction will be done toluene to conversion of a benzaldehyde. Toluene to benzaldehyde. An intermediate compound will be there that is called chromium complex compound will be formed. It does not further react. So once it is, that means hydrolysis only will be taken place and forms the benzaldehyde. Further no that is no oxidation. That is by using this one no oxidation goes. So that's why it will not give any benzoic acid. It will be stopped here. So this is the most important Itard reaction. So this is the one important. And in the place of chromic oxychloride, we can use another oxidizing agent, that is mild oxidizing agent. One is called the use of chromic oxide. CrO3 also we can use. So CrO3. Chromium oxide. Okay, chromium oxide. But this chromium, let us see the reaction again. So, in the presence again, toluene, in the presence of chromic oxide, CrO3, but here we have to take, in this chromium oxide if you are using, we will take one more compound that is nothing but the acetic anhydride. Acetic, in the presence of acetic anhydride only this reaction will be going to place. Acetic anhydride means CH3, C double bond O, CH3CO twice O. That is two molecules. Acetic anhydride means from the acetic acid CH3, COOH, two molecules. If you take it from this one, removal of water will give the acetic anhydride. CH3, CO, again O, C double bond O, CH3. That means acetic anhydride. It is to be written like this. So O is the another this oxygen. Okay. Acetic anhydride. In the presence of acetic anhydride, it also gives an intermediate compound. What is that intermediate compound? You can write down easily. Here CH3, CH. Okay. And again, from this acetic acid, O, CH3, CO twice. Okay, CO, CH3O, CO twice. And again, so this compound we will call it as CHOCO directly we will write OCO, CH3 twice. So this compound is called an intermediate compound, that is called the benzylidene acetate. An intermediate compound will be formed. What is that compound? Benzylidene acetate will be formed. Again further, what that is acidic hydrolysis. It will give us the benzaldehyde, CHO. Entire group will be removed by this acidic acid, and you will get the acetic acid. That is you will get the another product. So this is called the Itard reaction. So Itard reaction, three things are there. In the presence of, that is what you have to write down, CR2O, CrO2, Cl2, that is chromic oxychloride and chromic oxide in the presence of acetic anhydride. So these two, they will control the formation of acid. Further hydrolysis, it will be controlled. So this reaction we are calling it as the Itard reaction. So now, till now what we learned? Three reactions we learned. One is Rosenmund reaction. Second one, Stephen reaction. Third one, Itard reaction. So observe this one. In a Rosenmund, what is this one? Acyl halides will be taken. And in the Stephen reaction, nitriles or esters are taken. In the Itard reaction, toluene is converted into the or benzene derivatives. They are converted into the aldehydes. So these are the three important reactions you should learn it. Now let us see some more reactions in this one to prepare the aldehydes. So now same side chain chlorination. That is a side chain chlorination. What is the side chain chlorination? In a toluene, okay, if you treat with the chlorine, that is ultraviolet rate or HE, that is some energy, chlorination, if you do it, what you will get? Okay, you will get CHCl2. CHCl2. That means dichloro, this one. Okay, you will get it. What is this? Benzyl chloride. What it is called? Benzyl chloride. Next, further remover of hydrolysis again. Okay, what you will get? You will get the benzaldehyde CHO plus HCl. Okay, so like this, we can convert the toluene into benzaldehyde by side chain chlorination. Chlorine is added to the hydrogen and the side chain chlorination will be there. Side chain means this is the side chain. Will be chlorinated, further hydrolysis will give us the aldehyde. So this method also we will use to prepare the aldehydes. And the last one more name reaction is there. That is called the Gutterman-Koch reaction. That is another fourth one. Fourth name reaction, Gutterman-Koch. Both names of the scientist. Gutterman-Koch reaction. In this one, benzene is converted into the benzaldehyde. Benzene is converted into the benzaldehyde, or derivatives of benzene also converted into benzaldehyde. Here nothing is there. That means the benzene is to be treated with the carbon monoxide and hydrochloric acid in the presence of anhydrous aluminum trichloride. That is, this is the catalyst. In the presence of a catalyst, anhydrous aluminum trichloride, benzene is to be treated with the carbon monoxide and hydrochloric acid, forms the benzaldehyde. So this is the most important reaction also. This reaction we will call it as Gutterman-Koch reaction. So now till now we learned the four reactions. One is the Rosenmund reaction, and the second one Stefan reaction. Third one Stephen, and the third one Itard reaction, and the fourth one Gutterman-Koch reaction. These are the names of the reaction. Generally in the examination they don't ask by name, they will ask the conversions. Which is to be converted into which one in the Rosenmund. If they have given acyl halides, convert an acyl halide into corresponding aldehyde. Immediately you should know that Rosenmund reaction. Suppose nitrile, it is to be converted into a aldehyde. Means immediately you should know that it is a Stephen reaction. So in the Itard reaction, toluene, that is benzene compounds, benzene derivatives are converted into aldehydes. So Itard reaction. Gutterman-Koch reaction, benzene is converted into the benzaldehyde. So like that you should know it. Then only you can write the reactions very easily. They don't ask directly by name reactions. Sometimes they may ask, but what is the name reaction? What things are converted into in what point? What is the products? That point you should know it. So learn well, write well, and practice well.